Well, I got my 5700 XT in today. Pretty decent looking card. I'm not sure about the whole dent looking thing. I mean, it's not a bad looking card, and most people hate the blower cooler, and it's funny that I wanted it because it was a blower. I've never had a blower design cooler for some reason, and I know they're not as good, and mainly because it's not my main GPU. If it was my main GPU, I definitely would wait for the custom design cards. They will be a lot better. I'm not sure how much they'll better overclock, but at least they'll be quieter and cooler. And I really don't understand why they didn't put a backplate on the 5700. I mean, it's, let's see, what is a $350 card? It should have a backplate. I just think it makes it look cheap. I was thinking about a 5700 over the 5700 XT, but where it didn't have a backplate, I just don't like the way it looks as well. But I think I'm going to put it with my 2700X or a 5820K. I also have a Radeon 7, so it's going to go with either the 2700 or the 5820K. But my two main rigs will be a 3900X and a 2080 Ti and a 8700K and just a 2080. But I've got too many damn systems now. I don't have room for them. But I just like to tinker and mess around with stuff and test in games and benchmarks and just things like that. But I've been kind of lazy. I need to put the system together. Like, I got everything in now, and it's been sitting there for a day, and I think I'm gonna start here in a little bit to get it together. Also ordered a Kraken X72 for the 3900X, and I have a Crosshair 8 Hero Wi-Fi I'm gonna use for the motherboard. I'm gonna put it in a Fantex Evolve X case. I have a 3600 Trident Z RGB RAM, but the timings are a little high. I think it's, I can't remember what it is, but it's not too fast. Maybe I can get the timings down a little bit, but just me just talking shit. Have a good one. I was really surprised by the 5700 XT's performance. It's really close to a Radeon 7 and 1080 Ti, and it actually beats the Radeon 7 in some games, but in higher resolutions like 4K, the Radeon 7 just pulls ahead. But it has really surprised me on the performance, and it's pretty much faster than the 2060 Super. The 2070 Super is really fast, but it's $500 or more, and it's pretty much a 2080 when you overclock it. I don't think the 2080 is going to get as big a bump in performance as the 2070 did on the Super model, but it will be faster, and it'll be close to a 2080 Ti in some games. In some games there's not that big of a difference in them, and some there are. It just depends on the game. But overall, I'm really impressed with the 5700. It performs really well. But I'm kind of scared. If you look at the power draw difference between both of them, it could be at like 90 watts difference in some games, and I'm really wondering how they're going to scale up with that to something like in the 2080 Ti range. Man, it'd be pulling some crazy amount of watts, when they scale up, I think. And when they up the clocks just a little bit, it really kills the efficiency on Navi. But overall, it's a great GPU, and I think when they get the custom cards out, people are going to really like them. So I'm really impressed with it, and glad I got one to try out.